Oh, dang. 1 second. I've got to plug one more thing in. There we go. Okay, computer's been plugged in. Good morning. Good morning. You can see the T-Rex has been working overtime today. Working. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go. Tuesday. Yeah, that's a solid wall there. All right, that's a solid wall at 270 for SSKN. So, anyways, we'll see. Wings, good morning. HRM, good morning. Kyle, good morning. I'm good. How are you? Lucky, good morning. Virus, good morning. Marty, good morning. Back off, good morning. Omega, good morning. Ibrahim, good morning. Tony, good morning. Daryl, I think I said good morning. Mike, good morning. Gucci, good morning. Good morning, Chanera. Ivy, good morning. Good morning, T. Coleman, good morning. Lene, good morning. Justin, good morning. Good morning, LT. Good morning, Nice. Good morning, KB. Lizzie, good morning. Efren, good morning. Good morning, ISD. Yeah, don't get scammed, please. Thanks for sending me that message, though. Hey, good morning. And yeah, good morning. Truth, good morning. Pablo, good morning. Achuro, good morning. Jay, good morning. Jaco, good morning. Danielle, good morning. BLK, good morning. Marco, good morning. Jose, good morning. War, good morning. Luca, good morning. BLK, good morning. Spikes, good morning. Prince, good morning. And I think that's everybody. Yeah, I think so. Good morning, everybody. Chris, good morning. Sean, good morning. Amy, good morning. HOA, good morning. What are we? Oh, the fake plants, Pablo. Fake plants. Okay, so SSKN has been the actually, Pablo, I tagged you in something in Discord. It was a really nice talk. That was and then Rob mentioned that they had some really good warrants. That thing had been running. I don't think you'd be interested in it now though, but it's been running really nicely. I like Ugrow too. I think this is going to be an interesting watch at the open. UGRO, especially if we stay above that 45 cents, the 200 EMA. I think this is going to be interesting, right? It fits the theme of sideways price action and then boom skis. So we'll see. Edible, not edible. I always want to call this edible. EDHL has been doing really well. So Looks like we're finally breaking above that 75 cents. Looks like it is finally breaking above that 75 cents, so that's good. No trading for me at this point. Okay. Yeah. So broke above, closed above, and then boom skis to 90 cents. Jason, what happened? Miss F, good morning. Vena, good morning. UCS, good morning. Floyd, good morning. Good job on the daily goals. I like it. Jason, good morning. Mayhem, your broker doesn't allow this one. I really don't know why like brokers do that, or why specific brokers don't allow you to trade some stocks that have been around forever. I don't get it. But anyways, yeah, nice break above 75 cents. Let's see how these candles perform, because really my next line is until $1. Um, but yeah, so I'd be watching 90 cents for now for the next push. In stock general, Pablo, stock general. Like if you scroll up, you should be able to see it. I think. Yeah. GWAV has had a really good morning too. You can kind of see all of the supply zones now, so that's a bit concerning. But this is something too that we'll just keep an eye on it going into the open. Oh, the edible thing? Oh, I see. Yeah, I always want to call this edible, but it's EDHL. There's another one, EDBL. I think that's the edible one. Bonjour, Mevi. Good morning. So again, EDHL looks good. I like that into the open. SSKN, I like this one a lot going into the open too. The thing doesn't want to give up, which is nice, right? So you can see that 270 wall on this one. So we do need to break above that. What is the main idea? Levels. There you go. Yep. Jeremiah, levels. Yeah, when I post these charts in Discord, usually a break above a level or a level that you're paying attention to, stuff like that. Alrighty. Yeah, SPLX. Dan, good morning, Dan. John, good morning. Rob, good morning. Yeah, SPLX make a move. Yeah. There we go. I need to pull that one up as well. That's one that I really haven't looked at this morning. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice reaction candle. To secure a scale to 100 million. Interesting. Yeah. You know what's difficult about this one though, Rob, is the fact that the first candle just went from the 550 to the 720, and then the rest of the candles are still in that same range. Yeah, about the warrants. Yeah, Pablo, about the warrants. Yeah. The warrants. Good morning, Chris. So we'll see if that thing can break out above the $7 there. NVA, these guys have news that should be able to push them, a lot higher than it currently is. But for now, I think we're just paying attention to, between the 55 and the $50. I think if it can consolidate in that range, that'd be a good thing. And for NVA, so we're gonna be paying attention to that one at the open too, right? SSKN again was still in that range. We came back and retested that 240, which is nice, and then popped back to 270. So 240 support for now. The reason why I always hesitate to say like, oh, 240 support going into the open is because there's so much volume coming through at the open that we know 240 support, right? That's obvious, right? Everybody can see it. It's like 240 is a big level, but then the market opens and we can slice right below. So for now, 240 support and then 270 resistance. So one of the better names going into the open, and then EDHL is also another good one with a little bit of support at 75 cents that we just broke out. We broke out from and came back to retest. So 75 cents is acting as a bit of a base, and then obviously 90 cents would be that high, and then Ugrow again still like this one too. Right, so as long as Ugrow can stay above, that 50 cent, that 45, that 200 EMA, I don't mind. Alrighty. So again, I like Ugrow going into the open. NVA, we're going to be paying attention to that 50 to 55 range. SSKN, if we can break above $2.70, this becomes, potential stock of the day, right? If we can break out there. And then again, Rob mentioned this SPLX one. It looks good. Breaking above $7 needs to break and hold that. And then EDHL is also looking good with the retest, right? So there are quite a few names. GWAV is also another one. AQMS had a good morning, right? Bouncing off the demand zone. ELAB is also holding that support, even though it's dropped quite a bit. It's below the 200 now. You can kind of see that I'm not really paying too much attention to some of these names because they're below the 200, even though I don't mind, because we're still, the market hasn't opened yet. But when you have so many names like this, you almost want to pay attention to the ones that are actually, looking for the breakouts rather than the ones that need to come back from the abyss. You know what I mean? So, yeah, cool, 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 cool. Question for you guys going into the open though, 6 minutes. What's your favorite stonk going into the open? SPLX just made brand new highs there. What's your favorite stonk going into the open? While they're doing that, I will quickly do this. There we go. Okay, there we go. Accepted. Perfect. LITM, SSKN, NVA, Amazon. Okay. I think, yeah, a lot of SSKNs, I think. Not surprised. That one's at the top of the list as well. Um, but we still need to break out, right? If we get to the open and we're not breaking above that 270 or we're not consolidating around the 240, then we might have to put that thing in the back seat, Might have to. Cool. So, Adrian, what's your position in CYN? I always mean to post, like the levels of the names that I like the most in HT Signal. But then I'm usually so distracted at into the open um, with everything else that I never really get to do it, which is annoying. 1 second. One second. I think we're so close to the open though, anyways, that like at this point, you want to be patient. Like if you're not in positions, you probably should be waiting for the market to open before you make any decisions. So, what's SPLX? Yeah, see that thing popped a little bit and then dropped right back below. Good morning, Jericho, Suck Monkey. Good morning, Focus. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. You guys are RCT. Yeah. Again, if you have questions, please clarify the questions. Otherwise, I just ignore. Okay, SPLX. Yeah, because then I get too many questions too about like levels. Into it. I'll post some levels in Discord really quickly. Uh, One second, guys. 50. Okay, here we go. There we go. Derek, good morning. Hello. I think you are re-signing up. Derek, a new member? Maybe, actually. No. Derek, yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Alrighty, so yeah, I posted some levels there in Discord. EDHL again. I almost need to see that thing dip, um, but it kind of looks okay too. I think at this point we almost need a break above 85 cents for that momentum to kick in. SSKN, like I mentioned, we do need to break above 270 for that thing to get moving. Alrighty, so there's a bit of support at 240 and then resistance at $2.70. So we're so close to the open that if you're not sure, don't do anything. Alrighty, just sit back and relax. Sit on your hands if you're not sure what to do. Cool. Ugrow needs to clear that 52 cents, clear the VWAP there before it's actually ready to get moving there. So again, like I said, I like the way this looks. Just consolidating above the 200 going into the open. We tend to like stuff like that, but we also need to break to the upside. Cool. NVA, we just talked about that 50 to 55 range, right? So looks like we just dipped into that range and we're bouncing back up. So that's perfect, right? So 50 to 55. That's the range you should be paying attention to for potential play. Cool. And then again, here goes EDHL slowly pushing towards that 85 cents. So we need the break and the close above on that. Ugrow couldn't break out. This is why I think, like we almost need to, at the open, Chester, good morning. At the open, we need to look for breakout levels rather than support. You know what I mean? Because we have so many options at the open. If we're sitting here looking for support, you're gonna find support on every stock, right? Then we're like, okay, what do we do? Look at this as well, right? Like SSKN, exact same thing, right? Like if we're looking for support on these levels, we're gonna find support on everything, and you're gonna have a hard time picking out a stock and saying, hey, this is the one I need to play with, right? So if you notice the list that we posted in Discord, NVA is the only one that we talked about like support, right? Just because this one's better to look for support on, right, rather than a break. But the other ones, you're more like you're better off looking for the break rather than anything else. Cool. So again, let's see what NVA does into that range. Alrighty. And then we'll go from there. Cool. Ugrow does have the 200 EMA though, so watch for 45 cents if you're simply honestly just looking for support, then you can find support, right? Ugrow, watch for 55 cents there. 45 cents, sorry. Alrighty. SSKN, we've obviously talked about 240. right? So let's see if it consolidates. The one mistake too that I find that people make, um, especially at the open like this, is is no. There we go. And there goes EDHL testing that 50, that 85 again. NVA is trying to stay in that range again, $50 to 55, right? So let's see if we can find a base there. Ugrow is also testing that fit again. So we came back to the 200 on Ugrow and then testing that 52 cents. So let's see if we can break and actually stay above. Cool. Cool. So look at that. We're failing at that 52, right? That's why the break to the upside is important. Or otherwise, we just keep going up and backing up, going up and backing off. It does look good though. It does look like it wants to break, but it actually needs to do it. Cool. EDHL, that's looking good. Brand new highs of the day. Yeah. So this one's been nice and steady. EDHL, 91 pennies, and then all the way to that dollar. To $1. NVA is still holding that range, guys. Right? So we'll see if it stays above and we actually get a pop. And still at 91 cents here for EDHL. SBLX with a nice pop and halt up. So Dipski and then pops. Are you still in this one, Rob? 750 halt up. Are you still in this one, or you took the monies and ran like a criminal? You do have a bit of a double top there though, so just be mindful. Alrighty. And it doesn't seem like we're quite ready to break out yet for NVA, so still in that range. Ugrow, same thing, still below that 55, so we do need to break out. And Edible is still trying him. SSKN, like look at this, right? This was probably the best name going into the open, right? It looked amazing, right? The problem is we never got the breakout, right? The T-Rex is waiting for you right there. It's like caution, caution, T-Rex ahead, caution, T-Rex ahead. So we're gonna need to start forming some higher lows there, maybe, right? Some higher lows and whatever else before we can get moving. So just consolidate or give us some higher lows, and then this looks good again. AQMS with a nice little pop off that demand zone. Yeah, so that's nice. And we shall see. AQMS. So again, at least for Ugrow, as much as we like this, we also know that this was the problem, right? So right there, that's your resistance. So we've talked about this already in classes and on stream, right? So we look for that left-hand side resistance coming into the open, and that level needs to be broken at the market open for it to do well, right? So at some point, if that thing wants to cook, it needs to do well, right? NVA is still lacking that consolidation. So we're testing the bottom of the range now. It needs to consolidate, right? So we're testing the bottoms of the range there. So we'll see if we can start to consolidate in this demand zone and then go from there. GWAV is also halted up. That's the other name we had on the list, right? So nice little dipski consolidation and then pop, right? Dips consolidation. Edible is also retesting that 75 cents now. Retesting 75 cents. There we go. Okay. So it looks like we're testing 75 and holding back into the 80s again. Right? NVA, just no signs of consolidation. So until that thing decides to find a base and really consolidate and we get some of these higher lows, there's nothing to see there. SSKN is popping back up there though. Right? So that thing's like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm back. So we'll see if it can actually break out this time above that 270. So it failed again at 270, right? So and then back into the 240s there. Ugrow just hasn't been able to push back above that 52, so there's really nothing to see there yet. And then GWAV is obviously halted up right below the double top, right below $20. And then SPLX is still halted up right below the double top as well, so 760. So we shall see what happens when it unhalts. Alrighty. So again, NVA, yeah, we're getting a nice little golden candle there, but that thing needs to consolidate. Needs to consolidate. I think this is one of my least favorite things about the open, is having too many choices. And I think for most of you it's the same, right? Too many choices, and everything is, like 1 second we look good, the next second we don't look good, right? And then it's just constant up and downs until we actually finally figure out the one, right? So that's why I think it's best to look for like actual break of resistance, because then people get excited, and that's usually the ones that, the one that gets moving. So four. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that 70, right? That 270 resistance. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. SPLX is on halted, guys. Like I said earlier, you can see that resistance at 760, right? So it's going to need to break above that resistance right there. So maybe this is one of those stocks that will on hold down and then push back up, maybe. But again, still double top for SPLX. Double top. There we go. All the way back below $7 for SVLX. Right. So the price action at the open, not always amazing. And then let's see if SVLX can stay above 680 this time, Rob. SSKN doesn't look done, right? NVAA looks like we are, holding that $50 and trying to rebound. So that golden candle is beautiful there, isn't it? So again, for those of you that always have questions about the golden candle, right? That's what the golden candle is kind of there for. We've explained this multiple times. Again, so the golden candle is there to say, hey, at the very basics of it, it doesn't work. It doesn't always work this way, right? So you need to watch the class that we've explained, catching the dips, right? Buying off the bottoms, and stuff like that. You need to watch that class. But the golden candle is there to say, hey, like if we're moving down, like if we're going down, 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 and you see the golden candle, it's there to say, hey, there's a bounce coming, right? Whether that's right away or in a few candles, there's a bounce coming, right? How high do we bounce? Who knows, right? But the golden candle is there to show you that there's a potential reversal of the current direction, right? So you're going to get it on the way down and on the way up. Down and up. GWAV is unhalted, but it's also at a double top, right? $20 double top. So another thing that needs to break above resistance, right? So we shall see AQMS pop to the view up and then dip. ELAB tested that 200, like Rob said, resistance at 11. So many of these names are at like very interesting spots. So many. And GWAV says, "Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. I got you with the breakout." How do you get the golden candle is part of the indicator, Danielle? I can tell you haven't watched it, the onboarding video. So I'm gonna need you, Danielle, at some point today to watch the onboarding video in the Getting Started channel. Okay, please. GWAV is halted up. Okay. Yeah, 2111. Then they slapped SPLX all the way back down, Rob. Hopefully you took those gains. Please and thank you. Hopefully you took the monies. ELAB also got rejected hard. You're in at 12, Austin. Congratulations. That's a really good entry. Yeah, so ELAB got rejected off the 200 and that $11. AQMS rejected off the VWAP. NVA is still looking for a bit of support around this 50, so that there's nothing wrong with that. And then Ugrow again, we know this thing needs to curl up the 200 and or break the VWAP at 52 cents before it's ready. So SSKN, I still think this one has some potential, right? But we need to stay above that VWAP. So stay above $2.30, and then start curling back towards 270. If not, destruction. Right. So do you guys see why though we tell you to sit on your hands if you're not sure? Well done, Rob. Do you guys see why, right? We tell you to sit on your hands if you're not sure. If you're not sure, don't do anything at the open, right? There's so many random pop and dumps, right? So many. So many. Uh yeah, the S&P so is the market on tariff pogo stick? Honestly, like at this point, bonjour, ça va? At this point, I'm kind of I don't want to look at SPY. I don't want to look SBLX with a bit of a comeback there. Yeah, at this point, I don't want to look at SPY. Why? Because those dudes are too dramatic, you know. So the reason the markets are selling off again today, guys, is because China is fighting back, right? It just seems like unnecessary drama. Honestly, it just seems a bit unnecessary. But yeah, so China is fighting back. Um, let's see. Right, so China is fighting back on the whole drop it like it's hot. Yeah, China is fighting back. So the markets are dropping, right after we pumped because the US said um, that they would make the relationship work, right? But again, it just seems like a whole lot of drama. My only question with this whole thing too, though, is if you guys have made an agreement, right? Like, why? If you guys made an agreement after the whole April March tariff crash thing, like where's that agreement, right? How come everybody's being so how come everybody's being so childish? Come on. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. How come everybody's being so childish? NVA is still just holding that bottom there, guys, right? So we'll see we stay above. We shall see. Ugrow is trying to find a base here though, so that's a good thing. Because if uh, yeah, there we go. Alan, edible looks amazing, doesn't it? So we finally broke above that $1. I keep calling it edible. You know, I might as well just keep calling it edible. You know, yeah. It's EDHL, by the way. Everbright, not edible. I'm surprised that stock hasn't halted with that massive green candle there. Surprised they haven't halted it up to 110. I think looks like it wants to push through that level though, doesn't it? Type yes in the chat if you're holding EDHL. That's a nice looking chart. Again, NVA looks like it's curling really nicely there, so that's good, right? So hopefully at this point it can stay above, right? So that golden candle's, kind of predicted a really nice bottom there, hasn't it? Right? So love it. Love it, love it. I think the only downside here though is that we're below the 200 EMA. Of course, Imad. Of course. What did you get in at, Imad? Yeah, so watch that 45 cents, Solat. Yeah, watch for 45 cents ish there. Right, see if we can consolidate around that range. If not, to the abyss. Alrighty. Yeah, EDHL, you have that big supply zone there, so just be mindful. Yeah, just be mindful. Alrighty. And then there goes NVA with a nice little bounce. Nice little bounce. SSKN again, as much as this thing was probably our favorite stock coming into the open, it just never did anything to break out, right? So if it doesn't break, you don't touch it. Pita, good morning. Did you sleep in? Yeah, so supply zone and fail for now. If you can clear $10 for EDHL, then you're looking for $20. Alrighty. If you can clear that level, then you're looking for yeah, let's see if this thing can give us a bit of a curly there. Okay. And then uh okay. And then EDHL still trying. Yeah, that was a nice little wick there. It wicked above, but it never really closed above. Right, and then there goes NVA. Solid pop, Luna. You made some monies on this. Good job. 52, 54. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Rob. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, NVA, nice bottom, and then nice pop skis there. So a nice double bottom there, right? A nice double bottom there. There we go. 56. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. SPLX still going sideways. Yep. And then on halted. Right on Q, Rob. 23.55 high. Yeah, when it on halts like that, and it's this price, the spreads are gonna be a little bit suspicious. The spreads are gonna be like that, which is annoying. But yeah. So you can see that there's a bit of a bigger supply zone at the very top there, but um, yeah, that thing has spreads above and below, so then it's a bit difficult to look at stuff like that. So yeah, brand new high is $24 for GWAV, GWAV. If you're in something like this, then you want to make sure you're scaling out or moving your stop losses higher, please. Alrighty. So if you're holding that, make sure you're scaling out, or at the very least, moving those stop losses. And then Dipskis. Jason says 5120 to 56 daily goal. I'm going to sign up and let's go, Jason. Give me a high five. Well done. Yeah, love it. Good job. Yeah, that little range. Again, we did drop below 50, but again, that little range there, not bad, right? So now let's see if we can continue to get some higher lows now that we've created a double bottom for NVA. I'm not talking to you, Jason. Log off. Close the computer. Alrighty. Ugrow is trying to give us a bit of a curl here, so let's see if that follow through actually comes in. Alrighty, and then we'll go from there. Perfect. So we shall see. SSKN is trying to come back to life here, trying to. I think the good thing about this one though is that it's above the 200 especially, right? So definitely some life there still, if it can behave. Ugrow is trying to give us the boomskis. Trying to give us the boomskis. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Ugrow. Type yes in the chat if you're holding UGRO. Yep. Pizza. Unbelievable. Yes. Not surprised, right? So quite a few of you guys. So yeah, we do need to stay above that bottom range now and hopefully start pushing back up. Right? So this is looking better. Looking better. Looking better. There we go. 49 guys. There we go. Can we get a 50? So it's nice when the volume comes in like that. It's annoying when there isn't like proper follow through, but yeah. Yep. You back off? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we hit a high of almost 50 cents there and then backed off a bit to 48. So let's see if we can get some higher lows. Alrighty. AQMS, all these other names all dropped. GWAV is still playing with that supply zone, which looks like a T-Rex at this point. Right? So I was looking to put the T-Rex at the top there, but it posted something else. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, you can see that resistance up there at 24, right, for G-Wave. So like I said earlier, take some monies, right? Take some monies and run. Cool. So here we go again, another test of 49 cents for Ugrow. See if we can break that 50 cents. I always find it annoying when the VWAP is above, what I needed to break above. That's always very annoying. Edible is coming back. Edible has been not edible. I keep calling it edible. Calling it edible. EDHL, right? So we're back to retesting that $1.10. So that's nice. There goes brand new highs. So now your next resistance would be $1.20 there on that thing, EDHL. Looking good. So there goes $1.15. $1.15. NVA still looks okay. We're playing with that 250, so that's a really important level, right? And then Ugrow, obviously, again, we like this one. And we're trying to break about 50 cents here, right? So see if we can clear this 50 cents. There we go. So solid resistance there at 50 cents for that thing. SPLX, you're still watching this one, Rob? Yeah, nice little base there, nice little double bottom, whatever you want to call it, around 630. So hopefully it stays above that and then reclaims that 7. But yeah, not looking too bad. And then EDHL, guys, that 120, right? We break 110, we go for that 120. So that looks really nice. And so this is what we mentioned on the last class, right? We talked about when you're concerned about the red zone is not a problem if it's a big red zone, right? If you missed the class on Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday, or whenever it was, right? We talked about again like the red zones are, they're meant to be scary, but there's the levels to the red zones, right? When you're looking at a red zone that looks like this, it's a nice small thick red zone. You want to be more scared of these ones than you want to be scared of something like this, right? Because when it's big like this, you don't quite know where you're gonna fail, so you just have to look for the next resistance within the red zone. So in this case, it's $1.20, right? So I'd rather you pay attention to $1.20 rather than the red zone, because that doesn't mean anything. Alrighty. So again, the 120 here is the problem, not the red zone. Cool. Hopefully that makes sense. And then Ugrow is still playing games here with 50 cents. Z 50 cents, and so $1.20 and then fail. Look at that slap. Look at that slap, right? But again, $1.20 is not a surprise. So we all knew that level would be a problem, right? So for now, our favorite stock is Ugrow. I mean, this thing was kind of nice, coming into the open. We need that damn boomski though. We need the boomski. We need the boomski, guys. Where's the boomski? Here comes 50 cents. Where's the boomski? There goes the breakout. There goes the breakout, guys. Here we go. So again, just be mindful. We talked about having resistance at 52 cents, right? So uh, this is the resistance. 51, 51.20, 51.50, 51.60. So again, here comes that resistance, right? That 52 cents. So again, just be mindful at 52 cents, guys. Alrighty? Just be mindful at 52 cents. Cool? Cool. Because that's your resistance. That's your last two levels, 52 cents, right? If we can break above that, then tell Peter, see you see ya. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. So again, resistance, triple top. Alrighty. So just be mindful there. I'm gonna put that circle and probably get rid of it if we break above, just because it's a bit messy there. But again, type yes in the chat if you're holding Ugrow still. If you're still in, type yes in the chat. There goes the breakout, guys. There we go. I just wanted to take a picture of that chart. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. 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 Here we go. Is that a block sitting at? Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can close these candles above the 52 there. Alrighty. See if we can close those candles above. Yes, Vita. Yes. I like it. I like it. Okay, now can we keep going to a dollar? Can we keep moving in that direction? Yeah. Make sure you stay green though, guys. You sold at the double top wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Stay green now. Right? The low 40s, mid to low 40s, that was your play, right? When we get in like closer to this range, I don't think you want to be jumping in now if you're not in a position already. So unless we get some new higher lows or we just consolidate above 52, I wouldn't be jumping in a brand new position, right? So the view apps, SSKN, yeah, the 200 there. Let's see. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. That's a very good scalp, BLK. Very good scalp. I like it. SBLX is halted down. Yeah. Anyways, we have a new favorite stock. Forget about all the other ones. There we go. Looking good. Looking good, guys. So we just hit a brand new high. So we're testing 55 cents. Again, now we're venturing into a supply zone, but right, we're venturing into a supply zone there. So we'll see what happens. But we do look good though. We look nice. We look so nice. So nice. So nice. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There you go. Good job, Savoir. 59. Thank you, Rob. 59. Yeah, make sure you're moving those stop losses higher. GWAV is still looking okay, actually. Yeah, that was a good retest there, Rob. So retest of $20. Right. So again, break, retest. Because I know you're watching this one still. So again, breakout and then the retest. Still doing a good job of holding 20. So obviously still looking okay. And then Ugrow looks like a retest of the VWAP and that 52-cent area. So let's see if we can stay above. Alrighty. So let's see if we can stay above. Edible again, $1.20 is not really a surprise for resistance. And then as mentioned, SPLX is halted down, right? Trending down, lower highs, lower highs. So there really isn't a whole lot to see there. SSKN. The only hope for this thing is that it's still above the 200. Alrighty, so if it can stay above, then that's fine. And then again, Ugrow, obvious retest, right? So 52 in the VWAP had to happen. Question now is, can we curl though? Question now is, can we curl back above? If we can, that'd be perfect. That's a really good scalp, Raven. Really good scalp. Here we go. Perfect retest, right? Perfect retest. Back to 55 cents. I like when stuff happens like that, to be expected. You're very welcome, Blazer. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. There you go. So that, by the way, that thank you to Dan, right? So Dan gave you that free membership, right? So Dan, those memberships, and so um, beautiful. There you go. So we're testing that 57 again. Break that wall. Come on, break that wall. Again, you should be moving your to Josh. Okay, Josh and Dan. Yeah. You should be moving those stop losses up though, please. Already, if you haven't taken any gains yet, you definitely should be moving the stop losses up. Yeah, yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Terrific, Dan. Get him, Dan. Are you gonna let him talk to you like that? Get him. So here comes 58 cents, guys. Retesting the highs of the day. So again, as Rob mentioned, right, that 59 cents was forget about 59 cents. Rob, forget about 59 cents. Boom skis. There we go. Ooh, oh my days, guys. Oh damn. Oh damn. Did you see that candle? Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Did you guys see that candle? Boom skis. Woo-wee. Oh my days. Come on now. Boom skis. Oh my days. Beautiful. That's again, like look at that retest, right? That was a beautiful retest. Perfection. That thing said, you grow, I grow, we all grow. That was a beautiful retest. I like when stuff like that happens, right? Breakout retest, it builds confidence, right? So beautiful looking chart. Beautiful looking chart. Well done, Jay. That's a good scalp. Well done. So again, we have a new favorite stock, guys. A new favorite stock. A new favorite stock. A new favorite stock. That was a nice pump. A very nice pump. So let's see if we can push back up and break about 65 again, because that thing doesn't look done, does it? Right? Does not look done. Here we go again. If you took this signal in Discord, type yes in the chat. If you took this signal in Discord, type yes in the chat. Let's go. Yes, go. Let's go. Monies, 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 monies. Love it. Alrighty. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, that was nice. That was very nice. So yeah, stay green. Good job, Imad. Stay green, please. And then let's see if we can get some new another retest of this previous high. I'm gonna move that line a little bit higher because I think this line was here from the past. But it might need to go a little bit higher, or maybe just leave it at 58 cents. Actually, I'll leave it at 58 cents for potential retest. But now we look damn strong, though. We look very strong. So our next little obstacle is that supply zone there. He never had that growth spurt he always hoped for. Oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. No, I saw Peter's comment, then I had to go look. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Howard, don't laugh at this, please. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Let's go, Sunflare. Perfect. It does look a bit T-Rexy, doesn't it? I think again the obstacle there being that supply zone, Salat, right? At this point, though, everybody should be green on this, and the luxury of just moving your stop losses high or scaling out, right? You can always sell half and keep the rest with the stop loss, right? So when you see stuff like this, when you have a run like that, it's always a bit easier to manage the position, right? But currently, this is the best stock in the market, right? So hopefully that comes with some more boom skis, There we go. There are the boom skis, guys. There are the boom skis. Right. So again, this is the best stock in the market right now. So hopefully it should be easier to dip a little bit and then shoot back up. So stay above the 9, please. We would like that very much. That supply zone seems strong, doesn't it? Uh, That supply zone seems strong. So if we can break above that, straight to 70 cents. But still happy you're green, absolutely. In the market, yep, exactly. Hopefully, Blazer, that gives you monies to when your membership expires, you can sign up on your own, No, 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 no. Perfect. New says 70, please. 70, please. SSKN is still holding that 200 EMA, so that's something you're still paying attention to. Yeah, watch that 200 EMA. NVA is still, again, like I said for this one, we need to stay above that demand zone, right? So it's still trying to stay above that 50 range, right? Everything else looks a bit suspicious. That $1.20 for ADHL became a problem. GWAV is still sitting in that same range, riding the wave. And then obviously for now, our favorite stock is Ugrow, right? Because we like to grow. Why not? Right. So if only this stock could grow as Dan's foot, we'd already be at $1. But anyways, anyways, 46, 64. Let's go, Rob. Give me a high five. Well done. Cooking. Mm, 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 mm. Say again, that supply zone is definitely a T-Rex spot. There you go. 675. Pizza. That thing better expire Jan 2026 or something. Swinging from 350, please, and thank you. Jay, I will. Don't let me forget. I will. Let me see what this candle does here. Again, you can clearly see that this looks like a T-Rex, guys, right? So clearly there's a problem here. 1020. Okay. That's not that far away, Pizza. Especially with all this chaos that's happening right now. Maybe, yeah. We shall see. Hopefully they can fix the rubbish, because I think we're all over it. Big Bitcoin is behaving like a crackhead. Like a crackhead. Anyways, back to Ugrow. Come on, Ugrow. We need the boomskis. Here we go again. 65 cents, guys. That high is 67, by the way. So if we can clear 67, that'd be nice. And we're still failing at that resistance, right? So clearly, again, that's a T-Rex, right? Clearly, that's a T-Rex. So if we can break above that little T-Rexy spot there, that'd be good. But again, for now, just be mindful. So our T-Rex is waiting for us right there, right? Caution, T-Rex ahead. Caution, T-Rex ahead. TOPP. Yeah, see, again, the resistance isn't really surprising though, right? So, not really a surprise. Perfect. Rubbish. Yeah, maybe this time we yeah, TOPP is yeah, TOWP with a nice pop. TOPP. Yep. Some nice pops there coming up the scanner. And then obviously you can see a bit of a supply zone at 180, 185, so that might be a bit of a problem there for you. I still think again, Ugrow is still the best stock for now. So we just need to break out, or we need something else to take over. But for now, nothing else. NVA is still holding that same range, guys. So that's fine. And yeah, looking to get into Ugrow too late. The problem is you're at resistance, Bobby. Right? It's not that it's too late. You're just at resistance. So right, you just make your life a bit more difficult if we don't break above that resistance and we drop, then you're at potentially the worst spot, right? So again, Ugrow is easy for someone that's in this already and you have a stop loss, you're scaling out. This is easy because we're at resistance and you're hoping that it breaks out. But when you're not in, if something goes wrong, you're the first to get screwed. You know, first to get screwed. Yeah, Warrior GPS needs help. Yep. What's after the break? No T-Rex. Boom skis. Why did the T-Rex decide to get bigger here? Big as Peter's head. Yeah, you can kind of see that we have a line at 70 cents, most likely because we've looked at this thing quite a bit in the past. You got stopped at 60 cents, Rob? Yeah. Yep. This and the funny thing is like it still looks good, right? We're still in that range and it's almost expected that we, like this is as long as we stay above 58, like it's okay. Why? Because that was our breakout, right? That's that pre-market double top. So it's almost like it's retesting and pushing back up, which is annoying when your stop loss hits like that. But Ugrow still looks nice. Any hot IPOs today? Dylan, there is an IPO today. It's called RPGL. I don't think it's a hot IPO. It's a probably a China IPO. And it says revived. So it looks like it was a dead IPO that they brought back to life, We'll keep an eye on it though when it does go live at some point. Raven says that was me. I bought yours. Ah, la la la. One second. There we go, guys. Here we go. Damn. Raven really bought your shares. He bought your damn shares, and then he said, "Here we go. Here we. Ooh, damn, guys, 70 cents. Damn. Ooh, damn. Yup, yup, yup. Come on now. Can we see the 70 again? Can we see the 70? So it looks like 70 is our next logical resistance. If nothing else, just a psychological block. But two. There we go. 62 out to 68. Raven really stole your shares. My goodness. You're all welcome. I got stopped. I know, right? Here comes that 70 cents again, guys. Type yes in the chat if you're still in your Ugrow position. If you're still in there, type yes in the chat. And thank you for your service. That's okay though. Rob's been cooking this thing since it's about time, you know. Yeah, there you go. And here comes 70 cents again, guys. So again, you can see that we had this line already at 70 cents. This is most likely from a while back. If I zoom out, you're going to see that resistance. But yeah, 70 cents was looks like we were looking at this level quite a ways, right? So a while ago. So we need to break and close above that 70 cents, and then we can zoom out and look at the next level. The 70 cents. Spy to 800. Where, Peter? Where 800? There we go. Can we break out already? There we go, guys. 71. 71. Boom skis. Woo wee. Boom skis. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Here comes 72. Just make sure you sell before Peter Fomos. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, Peter. I'm kidding. There we go, guys. Boom skis. 72, 73. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Here comes 74 cents, guys. There's a nice little yeah. Here we go, guys. You can see you can see our next resistance level, right? So it looks like we put all these lines here already. All the lines, all the lines. Oh yeah, perfect. Here we go. So it looks like our next little obstacle is 75 cents. Alrighty. Here we go, 76. Whoo! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on now. Let me see some flames in the HT signal channel. Where are those flames, guys? Let me see those flames. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way up though, please. Alrighty? Make sure you're paying yourself on the way up. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way up, please. Yeah, spy with a nice pop there. Come on, where are those flames? Let me see those flames in the HT signal channel. That was a beautiful push. Okay. Some gains. Locked in. So again, 76. Stop loss changed. There we go. Yeah, good push. Good push. It will only go higher with you there. Uh-huh. Want to see a red candle? Well, let's go, Truth. 48 to 75 is a really good scalp. Congratulations. Well done. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. 46 to 71. Well done, guys. If you made money in Ugrow, type yes in the chat. Everybody should have made monies in this. Everybody should have made monies in this. If you made monies in Ugrow, type yes in the chat. Yep. There we go. Love it. I think everybody should have made monies in this, right? So good job, guys. At the very least, I hope you're moving that stop loss up though, or you're scaling out. Scaling out is usually the best way to go because you never really know where the high is at. And usually, like, when you're scaling and we're hitting the highs and we're still getting higher lows, so everything, like, even this still looks good, right? Even on the dip, it still looks okay. But then when you see these supply zones, sometimes it's nice to scale out because you never know, right? So um I like this because I don't think there's anything really taking the vibes away from it, so this still looks good to me, right? NVA is curling, like, look at that, right? Still holding that demand zone, so that's still a good thing, right? Super chat from Raven. Let's go, sir. And Rob shares. I like it. Yep. We Rob was the sacrificial lamb this time. Thank you for your service, Rob. Thank you, Raven. Hashtag trended. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's see if that thing can give us another higher low somewhere else. Just consolidate. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. That's called teamwork, Rob. Teamwork, Your stop loss hit, someone else buys your shares, and then boom skis. Boom skis. But again, really good run. High of 78 cents. Now let's see if we can get a higher low or just a retest, right? Because these retests are going to come. So, Truth says thank you. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, see? And again, NVA is looking really good. Anybody still holding NVA? I know the answer is yes. I'm just asking, right? So, like I said, as long as NVA stays above this previous bottom here, you should still be okay. Alrighty. We're gonna need to start creating some higher highs as well if that thing wants to cook. Yeah. Love it. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. KB. Yeah. So if it can break about 50, 57 there, I think that'd be really good. Yep. So I think what we're doing now is we're retesting this last little breakout around 65, 64, right? We might have moved that line up just because we wanted to have it at 70, but again, you can see this last congestion area where the T-Rex was at, right? So like right around this area, right? It's very common to come back and retest that level, and that's exactly what's happening. So, like I said, scale out or move your stop losses higher. Alrighty, scale out or move those stop losses higher, and you should be okay. Cool. And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. Mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Okay. Why DDL is moving? Okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. I know someone was asking for something else too. I just obviously we wanted to watch Ugrow. We wanted to watch the Ugrow. So again, let's see if we can stay above the 64, 65, and then start curling for UGRO. UGRO. Okay, perfect. YDDL. YDD. Let's go. Let's go. If you're not a member in Discord, guys, come join us in Discord because you just missed out on cooking. Cooking, right? You can see all the members in this stock cooked. So again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Come join us. Alrighty, come join us. Stop missing out. No, I know what you mean, pizza. Andy says, what do you think about SKKN? It's consolidating now, and your entry is 219 and stop loss is 210. Good, I like it. Yep, I like it. You just need the volume to come in. I hope it does come in, Andy. I don't think you're doing anything wrong here. It is consolidating, and you're getting in on that consolidation. The unfortunate part about some of this stuff is you just never know when the volume, if and when the volume will come in, right? You notice how it's failing right across the 50 EMA, the yellow line. It needs to break above that. And if it can, then boom skis, right? But you can never tell. So I think you've done a really good job though, waiting for consolidation, and you got in and you have a stop loss, right? I like everything about that trade. The only part that's missing is where's the boom ski? Where is the boom ski? Right there you go. Right there you go. 227, Andy. Right. So like I said, I like everything about this trade. You just don't know when the volume is going to come in, and it's getting a little bit of it now. So good consolidation off the bottom. You just need the boom skis. Right. And honestly, at some point you could take a little scalpy, or you could move your stop loss to even, or whatever you need to do, you could do that. Right. There it goes. 230. You just had to say something on stream, Andy. That's it. You just had to say something on stream, and then a little bit of FOMO, you know? Yep. So good trade. Yeah. So that VWAP is again, I don't need to remind anybody, right? The VWAP is always a problem. So if you can clear that level, then you're, on a really good path there. Ugrow is still holding that previous retest level. NVA looks okay. You need to clear that 200 EMA, right? And then again, SSKN needs the boom skis. Needs the boom skis. La, la, la. Yep. No, absolutely. 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 Thank you, Peter. That's an example of a great question, Peter says, right? This is a really good question, guys. Right? These are the type of questions I hope you guys would ask, Not, hey, take a symbol, this, take a symbol question mark, what do you think about this stock? This is a really good question, right? This, that's a really good question. So thank you. Right. It's consolidating. Perfect. Entry. Perfect. Stop loss. I can see the entire plan and I like the plan. Right. So, and the stock is trying to give you monies. So good job. Ugrow is still just chilling here. Yeah. EDHL is also trying to curl up the bottom here. So that's good. Right. Back to retesting a dollar, EDHL. So nice little curlies. Nice curlies. Look at that, guys. Richard says, thank you, guys. I sold Ugrow for $1,500 gain. $1,500, guys. Oof. Give me a high five, Richard. Congratulations. Well done. Yeah. It's a very nice scalp. A very, very nice scalp. $1,500 a day? Who does that? Only criminals. Well done. Love it. And I'm glad you took some gains, right? Like, if you're off $1,500 and you're like, I want to wait for $1, it's going to $2, right? Then that's where you have a problem, right? When you're up that much, you should have a stop loss at least, or you should be taking the gains. So good job. Love it. EDHL. I want to see what happens at this dollar here. Again, SSKN, like Andy mentioned, like this one looks good, right? It just needs the follow through, needs the boomskis. Of that later. There goes 232. 232, 233. Andy's smiling a little bit. Andy just needs the boomskis, you know? Yeah, but again, Andy, you're gonna have resistance at the VWAP here, so part of getting into these positions too is you get in at 219 and you're sitting at 232, and then you're like, I know it's resistance. Do I wait or do I sell? Right? That's part of like managing your trade, you know? It's like we know it's resistance. Is it gonna break? Do I take my gains? Or do I keep waiting? Right? Do I move my stop loss? Or do I leave it? So hopefully we do break above that VWAP, but you have to make those decisions though. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. You know who started this whole thing? Dan. Dan. And every day I show up here, I'm abused. You know, every day I show up, I'm abused. And he says, let's get on the boat together. You know what Dan loves? He loves when other people are doing it, you know, because he can sit back and relax. Unbelievable. LAC is back to $9, so that's nice. That is nice. Yeah, that VWAP is going to be a problem. A REC is one of those other mining stocks we talked about, rare earth stocks, right? ARAC, AREC, a REC. So yeah, unbelievable. Ugrow still playing games here, guys. So we need that curl at some point back above the 9. And then EDHL, we wanted to see this thing break above $1. It's back above $1. Back above the dollar. You wait for the break and retest. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. No. Okay. And then there goes SSKN. Look at that question from Andy. Andy, it looks like everybody's jumping in the same boat together, right? Yeah, your next resistance there, Andy's $2.40 already. 240. So good job. $2.40. Looking good. Again, that was a beautiful entry, Andy, right? Look at that. 40. Ooh! Oh my days, Andy. Look at that, guys. Boom skis. Oh my days. Look at that. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way up there, Andy, right? Don't sit there and diamond hand. The uh the zero borrow scanner alerted that too, so that was nice. Cost to borrow is 122%, so that's pretty nice. Right, T-Mac reposted that in Stock General, so that was nice. So perfect timing. Yep. Again, that was a really good question, a really good entry from Andy. Everything executed to perfection. Right, so we like that. We like that a lot. Right, so again, Andy says it's consolidating now, right? So you can clearly see the consolidation, guys, right? Not just a random entry, right? So it's consolidating at the bottom, right? So what does Andy do? Andy buys the consolidation. And what does and then Andy puts a stop loss below the 200 EMA, right? and then gets rewarded. So that's a well thought out play. And good job, good trailing stop loss. Congratulations, well done. Yeah, stay green for sure. Good job. 224, 242 to 250, Jim. Well done, Jim. See? Jim joined the boat. Well done. Yeah, good entries on that play there, guys. Well done. I like it. Yeah, again, it's one of those things too, like we said earlier, like you can never predict when the volume is going to come in. If the volume is going to come in, your job is to get a good entry and manage it, right? That's it. Like we can't predict the future, right? We can give you a signal, you can get in on consolidation, you can get in at a double bottom, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't guarantee profits, right? But you have to keep doing it anyways, though, right? And then just manage it if it doesn't work. So good job. Ugrow is trying to curl again, so that's nice. See if we can reclaim that kernel above 66 and actually close the candle above 66. That would be good. Trying to take the day off or not. This is the question. What are you gonna do, Pizza? That's the question. If you take the day off, what are you gonna do? And then we can say yes or no. All right, Raymond. Very good, right? 66. You're gonna sleep. You're gonna sleep. Pizza, get to work. Get to work. We thought you were gonna be adventurous, like you're gonna go do something, work on a project, do something. It's only Tuesday and you're taking the day. Pizza, get to work. I mean, that's not a yeah. Improve your card skills. Exactly. See, that's a better response. Improve those skills. Because those skills clearly don't what adventure. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe rest then pizza. Steve, yeah, for sure. Yeah, TMQ. Why is Trump investing in all these Canadian stocks, guys? TMQ just hit brand new highs of the day. Why is Trump investing in all these Canadian stocks? Why does Trump like Canada so much? What's the deal? What's the deal, guys? What's the deal? 1027. Yeah, no, TMQ looks really nice. A spy is going green? No way. Oh, it's so far away. My goodness. You made me all excited. All excited. I was so excited. Come on now. Yeah, we're quite a ways away, but that's a really good comeback though. If we can go from red to green, I think then we might have hit the bottom there. We might have hit the bottom. Yeah, TMQ looks really nice. Very, very nice. Because Canada will be the 51st state, so it's investing early. Investing early. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Like I think I said this yesterday, right? The province that I live in, which you guys call a state, wants to join the US, or there's a group that wants to, leave Canada and join the US, I guess, and become the 51st state. They're tired of like the Canadian government taking money from the province and putting and giving it to other people. Um, yeah, yep. They're tired of living in Canada. They're like, we want out. We either join the US or we go, or we do our own thing. The complaints are that probably the richest, one of the, if not the richest province in the entire country, the tide of giving like 20 to 30 billion every year to the Canadian government to give to other provinces because those other provinces slack. Anyways, we'll see what comes out of that. Yeah. Golf, Alberta, the mountains. Yeah, TMQ looks really nice. Very, very nice. Yep, exactly. I think the whole like affordable healthcare thing is there's always a debate around it. Always a debate. It goes $11, guys. Is anybody holding TMQ in the chat? Good things grow in Ontario. $11 on TMQ here. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, you mean like the stock TMQ? That's where they're from. Yeah, really good volume. Really, really good volume. Yeah, 51 million. 52. J, yeah, and some oil. Yep, maybe. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. Brian, Miss Tony as well. Well done, guys. Tina, congratulations. Yeah, no, this thing has been very nice. It's a really nice looking chart. Yeah. Robert, yeah, who knows? I look at it like that as well. I think maybe it's a bargaining chip, for something else, like maybe reduce taxes for the province and blah blah blah, right? I'm sure they're looking for something. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what comes out of that. Na, 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 na. Yep. Yeah, if Ugrow can find a way to stay above if Ugrow can find a way to stay above that 60 cents, that would be good. I think the only downside to TMQ is the volatility on the candles. Like it's nice on the way up, but it's also dangerous on the way down. Cold and move. But Peter, yep. With ah, she truly did kiss a girl. Oh my goodness, damn. Ah, Josh, I know. You can be the governor. Okay, sounds good. Heritage? No, I live in Alberta. That's pretty savage. I kissed a girl. La 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 la. That's the song. Yep. Unbelievable. That is pretty funny. Yep. Anyways, I didn't say it. Pablo said it. Pablo said it. Wow, wow, wow. Mm, 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 mm. NVAA is still looking good. I think that thing just needs to break out for the momentum to kick in. Ugrow, well, it looks like we're potentially dropping down to retest that VWAP, right? But again, we had some fun with this one, right? So really good stonk, really really good stonk. SSKN is still holding up well, so let's see if that thing can break out at some point. I know, Pizza, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Keep my mouth shut. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. So, Peter, are you taking the day off? Hmm. Mm, you should. You're maxed out on vacation days. Oh, okay. Take it anyways. There goes NVA, guys. Looking better. Looking better. A little bit better. I was a bit delayed, I think. Yeah. 55. And then Ugrow is still holding that 60 cents, guys. So hopefully it can stay above. That'd be nice. Ah, there we go. Anyone in Luna? Oh, it's been a while since we looked at that name. Been a long time. I can take vacation for 63 days. 63 days, pizza, and still get paid? Jesus. Why? Yeah. Shish. See, I don't know if Peter is being serious, though. No wonder Peter is always going to Vegas, Josh. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. New $178. Good job. Good job. I like it. So yeah, if we can stay above 60 cents, that would be good. When I took a package from your 16 months severance, oof, that's nice. So you can relax for a whole year, a whole year. You can sit back, relax, and yeah. But left a small position at 52. Now a good time to add more in that position. Eh. Mm, I think again you should have done that closer to 60 cents already. If I wanted to do that, I'd be doing that between 58 and 60 cents. It was crazy. What a blessing. That's amazing, Jim. Yeah. Amazing. 67. Yeah, you want to do those things on the way down. Gucci, right? On the way down. Come on, you grow. We need you to grow. Grow, grow, grow. 1220. Okay. Well, he's gonna come ruin the markets again, I guess. Mm-mm-mm. And the other reason too that I say that Gucci is because when you look to the left, what do you see? Right, you can see that there's a problem right there. Right, not that it's a big problem, but you can see that this level is acting as a bit of resistance. So when you're trying to add to your position right below resistance, you could potentially get yourself screwed. You know, so Powell. Yeah. And look at TMQ from $11 back below $9, back below $10, right? So that's what I don't like about this one is the extreme volatility. So again, importance of having stop losses. Take the monies and run. Take the monies and run. So again, NVA still looks good, right? We'll see if that thing can reclaim the VWAP at some point. If it does, I think that hype is gonna come in. So to me, this is the FOMO. This is like the level, like up there. If we can break above that range, just because again that's the opening range, that's the resistance coming into the open, the supply zone is there, the VWAP is there. So if we can break above that, that'll be good for NVA. So we shall see. And then obviously you can see that resistance, right? For Ugrow, it's right there. That's the third time now we tested that level at 67 and then said you shall not pass. 980? Okay. Seems to be holding it for now. Come on, Ugrow, you can do it. 57 cents, 67 cents. And then here goes NVA test, trying to push into that supply zone. Trying to. Trying to. 57.30. 57.50. Yeah, the spread is like 30 cents. So just keep that in mind. Come on, Boomskis. 57.80. KB, are you still smiling with your position? Smiling, huh? Truth? Yeah. Like Dan mentioned, 12.20. So again, you have that resistance at the VWAP up there, guys. Right? So I would be cautious. But so the VWAPs resistance. And then Ugrow still wants to break above 57. But it needs to actually do it. EDHL is slowly curling back up that demand zone. It kind of looks like a nice double bottom, doesn't it? Right? But it's tested that level like 4 times now. So and held. So that doesn't look bad. Jerome Powell. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, no, Ugrow needs to break above that resistance there, back off, right? Before it's ready for another push. It looks like it wants to though. Here it comes. Right, here we go. So if it can actually break out, that'd be good. Yeah, it is trying very hard. Very, very hard. Both of these names are trying very hard. NVA and they might break out at the same time. Ugrow is like, nope, I grow faster, please. I grow faster. NVA says I grow too with you. 58.28. I grow with you together. And a wreck with a nice pop again. Winterfell, yeah, that 980 is holding up well, isn't it? Good job on that. Good job. Let me pull up a rec because I don't think we've really looked at it today. Yeah, a rec looks nice, guys. Really, really nice. Right. So plus 40% today. We mentioned this thing every day now, right? So because of what's happening in the in the other countries, um, I say the other country, you guys know what I mean, right? With China and the US fighting for these rare earth minerals, right? These names are gonna continue to cook, right? USAR is already way too high, and MP's been pumping, a rec is going, like all of these names are gonna keep going, right? NVA is like, hey guys, I'm back. I'm back. Yep, exactly. So there goes 61, guys. Woof, looking good. Did anybody get into a NVA? Because that looks hot, right? So brand new highs of the day, not including pre-market, because pre-market was way higher. Right, so market open. We just hit brand new highs. Ugrow hit that resistance and they got rejected hard. Right, but again, we knew this was resistance. That's not really a surprise, is it? It's not, right? So we hit it and then they slapped it. They said, "You shall not pass. Return to sender." Yup. But again, that's not a huge surprise. Alrighty. So just be careful. AQMS is still sitting in that same range. Dang, this thing has actually been sitting in this range all day today. AQMS. Wow, impressive. Very, very impressive. Yeah, AQMS with a nice pop there. Let me take a look at Omex. Omex was another one of these names that the mineral stuff, right? It's up 16%. Nothing crazy, huh? Right, and you can see that resistance from pre-market at 412, 413. There goes Omex, guys. Omex is like, hey guys, I want to go to spies about 660. Okay. I want to go to what's the S&P at? Oh yeah, there it is. Spies at 661. Damn. Now if we can get from red to green, that'd be a proper day. Red to green, Dan. Make it happen. If we can turn the markets around from red to green, that would be impressive. Very, very impressive. AQMX hitting session highs. Session highs, AQMS. And then NVA with a bit of a retest of the VWAP there. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I ran out of water. Out of water. Did I run out of music too? No, the song just has the empty space at the end. Yeah, no, again, Omex is one of those rare mineral stocks, guys. Right? So you have a lot of resistance at 413. It looks like it's going for it, though. Looks like it's going for it. $4.09. Bodily harm being placed as we speak. Good. Back to green, please. Ah, no, I drank all my water this morning. AQMS is really pushing there, actually. It's a nice push. I mean, there's a thick supply zone up there, but that's a really nice push. Yeah. That's okay, Janelle. That's okay. Just talking, that's okay. If you benefit from my talking, that's okay. If you don't, that's okay too. Okay? Yeah. No, we will show Janelle love. You know, Janelle, it's okay. We appreciate you for bringing the vibes. You know, take that same energy and go make some money with it. Uh, yep. Yes, please. Yeah, we're just chilling. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, $20. That supply zone gets a little bit thicker here for AQMS. EQMS. We love you, Janelle. Prevent, I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. Because I think if we keep getting rejected, that might be confirmation of like, we might sell up to 640. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, 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 true. True, true. True, 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 true. Mm. Mm. Yeah. True, 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 true. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Even when I can't trade graphics, love it. Love it, love it. We need new boom skis, guys. New boom skis. Maybe Omex can give us a boom ski. Janelle, the only thing I can really show you is this. Okay, that's it. I'll show you that. So look from the bottom to the top. Alrighty, that's it. Does that make you happy? Does that make you happy, Janelle? I can show you that. Okay. Does that make you happier now? Yeah. No? Does it? Okay. Sorry. Sorry. But just know that it makes me happy, Tony. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. It's a boom skis. Yeah. Anyways. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. We pray for you, Janelle. Alrighty? We pray for you. To your earnings chart, there's no resistance. There's no resistance. Every so often there's a pullback, but there's no resistance though. They're just healthy pullbacks. Yeah. No, let's send it to Janelle. Janelle? Yeah. That's okay. Anyways, let's move on. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Anything else moving here? It looks like Winterfell, are you still in that position for TMQ? That 980 was actually quite perfect. Good job on that. Yeah, you can kind of see that pivot now there too, right? 980. Yeah, that was perfect. I like that. Yeah. You notice how like again, like nobody really cares. I think and again, stuff like that is really what like, we kind of talked about and like we want to get rid of, right? our focus is education, right? Education, 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 education. You want to know what to do, not to open your mouth. You know when you watch like the documentary, right? The what is it called? Discovery documentary, and they show the nature documentary where like you see the baby birds, the mama bird like picks up a worm or whatever and does yum 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 yum, and then the baby bird opens the mouth, and then the mama worm spits the chewings in the mouth. That's Janelle. That's the type of people. Those are the type of people I don't like, so that's the type of stuff I don't want. So no, you don't need to see what I'm doing, right? Do your own stuff and learn from. That's why we make such an effort of like education, right? That's why we make a huge effort of like educating classes, all of this stuff, right? Because the focus is education, not spoon feeding. That's what Janelle wants, though, Tony. Jay, yep, yep. Anyways, thank you, Stefan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Joseph. Yeah, I think they're gonna continue to creep up if we keep getting those headlines. Um, every time we get a bit of a war between the U.S. and China, those things seem to heat up, right? So every so often they're gonna fight, and then those stocks are gonna go boom skis. Is it done for the day? It's looking a bit suspicious now, isn't it? Right? It's looking a bit suspicious. New. Are you still in the position? Let me know. That might ease up. That might help with the question. The answer to your question for now is no, though. As long as we stay above the 200 EMA, the answer is no. Alrighty. But again, we are looking a bit suspicious. So, but if we can stay above that 200 EMA, so right around 55 cents, then I think we're still okay. Cool. AQMS has been a beast, guys. Look at that thing, right? A beast, right? Just flying, flying. Is it halted up? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's halted up. Thing says beast mode 2114. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Absolutely. Yeah. It is. That's true. That's true, Siva. That's true. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Let's go, Dan, with the super chat. Okay, let me. Hopefully, there's no roast at the end of this. If you came to this chat and we'll be on you like a swarm of hornets and leave you rotting your rotting remains for the internet to view. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go, Dan. Yeah, family. So don't bring your rubbish here, please. Right? You don't bring your rubbish because we will roast you. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. If you guys go back and watch like the old streams, like if you go back, we used to do that. Like every single trade, like we basically just sat here, We basically just sat here unhalted and said, okay, we're going in now. Okay, we just made $300. We're selling. Okay, we just, we used to do that, right? Um, and wait 1 second. Let me see where this candle closes. 22. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like what NVA is doing a lot. I like it a lot. If that thing can break about 62, that would be nice. Yeah. Back up. uh yeah. See, like I never understand people like that though, the people like that all over the internet. It's like, hey, how about you get help instead? You know what I mean? Like, how about you get we basically we show up on stream, right? Let's say with you knowing or without you knowing whether I'm in a position or not, right? Let's say you show up on stream, right? And all we're talking about is Ugrow, and we're talking about the levels, and we're talking about what we need to see, and blah blah blah. And then the stock goes boom skis, and you have signals, right? Like, and you make money. That's what you should be looking for, right? And also understanding the reason why we like Ugrow, why we like NVA, because we've liked these two stocks from the very beginning, right? From the very beginning, we like these two stocks, and they're both performing, right? You should be looking to improve your lives, right? For someone like Janelle, like improve your life already. Look for help, look for education, right? So instead of hate, already look for help. In the beginning, yeah, I like NVA, like AQMS has done really well. Finally cleared all those supply zones, and then a little bit of resistance there. EDHL, yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Omex is retesting that top again, that 413. Uh, that's amazing, Vena. uh, Amazing. Can you imagine being getting roasted by your daughter because her trading account is bigger than yours? Amazing. Let's go, Heritage. Don't be distracted by remember the only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. Zig Ziglar. I like that. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thank you very much, Heritage, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a nice quote. I like it. I like it. Can you think of him? Yeah. Daily roasting, Vena. That's good for your relationship too, though. That's amazing. I like it. I like it, especially if you can, teach the right thing. Nah. Do, 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 do. Ah, let's go. More super chats, guys. KB, dang, Janelle, you see what you just did? Do you see what you did? Yeah. See, congratulations. You played yourself. Um, Yeah, Omex breaking above that previous high there. KB, thank you very much for the super chat. Make more monies in NVA, please. We need more monies. Make more. Yeah, so 62-ish. If we can break above that, then more room to the upside on NVA. Alrighty, I like it. When I saw the opportunity, I'm having such a hard time getting over myself. Then you get scared DNA. Um, I think the way to fix that DNA, two things. You either reduce the amount of money you're playing with. The only way you're going to succeed in the market long term is if you have somewhat of a strategy that leads you to success more often than it doesn't, right? You're going to have failures. You're going to fail so many times. That's going to be a constant, right? So again, we keep bringing up the example of a book that's a really famous book. That's probably one of my favorite books. The best loser wins, right? You have to get comfortable with the losing, right? But what you also have to do though is you need to find a strategy that leads you to success more often than it doesn't, right? And when it's failing, you have a way to manage the position. So the two ways to work around this problem is everybody's going to come through, everybody's going to have this problem. Everybody does. Where you're losing and you're like, dang, now when you see the good trades, you're scared to take those good trades because you've taken so many losses, right? You need to perfect that strategy, is what you need to do. So you either need to reduce the amount of money you're playing with or you need to paper trade, right? Paper trade the strategy. There goes Omex, guys. So again, mining stonk. No, 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 no. There it goes. Again, this was the only one that hasn't really had that big run yet, so we had to pull it up, right? So Omex. I mean, again, maybe if Janelle pulled up this thing when we mentioned it closer to $4, Janelle would be green a little bit. Maybe just a little bit, right, Janelle? Maybe just a tiny bit. But Janelle wants to see my accounts. Yeah. Uh, thank you very much, Misfits. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. NVA. Beautiful. Yeah. Like I said, I like what NVA is doing. I like it a lot. It's because KB sent that super chat. KB sent that super chat, and KB is holding NVA. So NVA says, KB, here's your money back. Yeah, trading in the zone, like on the list. Yep, exactly. Trading in the zone, best loser wins, market wizard, the whole bunch. The all in the education section in Discord, right? So all favorites, all favorites. Yeah, yeah, all favorites. I like them. Mm-mm-mm. Mining and metals. I mean, that's okay. Is anybody holding Omex in the chat? Anybody? A little scalpy on that? Uh, Danielle, are you in Discord? I know you sent me an email. You sent me an email? Are you in on stream? Let me know. I'll answer your question on stream. Yeah, that thing needs to close above 62 cents then. Let me know if you are. You are? Yeah. So when you're trying to watch a video in Discord, it's gonna say you have to be a member to watch this video, which again, obviously you are a member. Instead of clicking on the play button in Discord, because then it doesn't know whether you're a member or not or which level, click on the link so it takes you to Discord. Alrighty. Also, if you go over to YouTube, right? Go over to YouTube and you search hot trades. Um, right. So I can right? So if you go over to, and then you go under the video section, like you see the video section on the channel, right? You're gonna see all those videos in there. They're all in here, so you can watch them from here. Alrighty. So you can watch the videos from there. So for example, the video you're looking for, like how to look for swing plays, somewhere in there, right? Somewhere. one of these videos. Yeah, so that's the video you're trying to watch, right? So yeah, if you come over to YouTube, the video is going to be right there. Then just click on it. Yeah. So whenever you're trying to watch a video in Discord, guys, sometimes it doesn't know that you are a member, and then it says you have to be a member. Yeah, just click on the link itself, or come over to YouTube and watch the video, rather than trying to watch it on in Discord. It doesn't work. So again, we mentioned Ugrow, that 55 cents. So it looks like Ugrow is holding that 55 cents. So nice consolidation actually off the 200 EMA, at least for now. So you can tell that level is being defended. That level really needs to be defended though, because if it breaks below that level, dead. Oh dang, Raven is making progress, guys. Love it. Yeah, it's amazing. On the house. Love it, love it, love it. Mm, TMQ Boomskis. Yeah. Yep. Looking good. Looking good. Omex is super slow though. That's the downside to this one. Super, super slow. The volume isn't quite as high as some of the other names. That's one of those things I forgot to mention when I did the onboarding video, is how to watch those classes. But yeah. A video on how to watch a video? No, like I was supposed to mention it in the onboarding section, because a lot of people seem to have issues with that. A lot of people. La 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 la. Okay. Is anybody still holding the that stock we talked about yesterday? Anybody? You know the stock, right? The one that was a bit of a sponsor. You guys know that stock. Anybody still holding that one? Can you tell I like violence sometimes? Sometimes. Only sometimes. Anybody? Hmm. You are Brian? Hmm. I wonder, Brian. Are you still green on that stock? I wonder. I wonder. Are you still green, Brian? Is that stock still hitting brand new 52-week highs? Hmm. Sometimes some people just like to hate. Sometimes. Yeah, SB, the bumper stock. Ah. Anyways, you're in at 305. Look at that. Brian is so nice and green. Another 5% green day today. 30% yesterday, 5% today. 52-week highs. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Let's go, Raven. Have a wonderful rest of the day, Raven. I like the picture. Thank you for the update. That's very nice. That's a lot. That's also a lot of open space, Raven. Beautiful, beautiful. I like it. What did Dan do now? Yes, Dan. Exactly. That's how I feel. Yeah. Yes, yes. So NVA needs to crawl back up there. Please and thank you. Omex is still super slow. Super slow. More after they get done today. Okay, sounds good, Raven. Sounds good. Thank you. Then we can all come visit. Come visit Raven. Omex is about to pop here. Omex is about to pop. That thing said, "Hold my beer. Hold my beer." Hold my beer. Slow and steady. There goes the pop. Yup. 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 Again, nothing crazy though. Right? Was there news or something? No. We talked about Omex because Omex is a sympathy play to a wreck and all the other mineral mining stocks, right? So we wanted Janelle to get in, but Janelle, had too much negative vibes. So Janelle is watching, punching the wall now. Janelle, look at this. Look at this thing go. Maybe we shouldn't say this thing is about to pop, because the haters are gonna come out and say, "Are you pumping it? It's about to pop." Why do you say that? Because it looked like it was about to pop. Anyways. ah. Yep. Steve, absolutely. Yeah, you should. You should. One penny at a time, Omex. There you go. Misfits? Absolutely. Absolutely. So another retest of $1 here, guys, for EEDHL. So this thing is actually done. Look at the bottom on this. How accurate? Very accurate. Very accurate. Very. So look at the bottom on EDHL. That's been a nice base, hasn't it? The downside though is you clearly also still like have the resistance up there as well. But that's been a nice yeah. It's been a nice bottom for some quick scalpies. No. And then NVA is still in that 60 range. Ugrow is still playing with that 200 EMA, guys. AQMS is trying to come back up the bottom, which is nice because that looks like a retest. And then again, Omex is just one penny at a time, right? Stuff like this, you want to make sure you have stop losses and or you're taking gains, no matter how small. At the very least, move the stop loss up. Why? Because this is a sympathy play, right? We only pulled this one up today because we looked around and said, hey, all the other stocks are pumping. How come this one isn't pumping yet, right? Omex, right? And then now it's like, hey, let's bring the hot rates money, please, right? And now it's hitting brand new highs. Actually, you know what? It's hitting brand new 52-week highs, right? 52-week highs on OMEX. So that's quite impressive, right? So yeah, 52-week highs. So it helps a lot with news and getting in early for you. Yeah. Just to see what, yeah, exactly. And if you're not sure how to use the non-show bot, there's a video in Discord and there's a class, right? How to play stocks with breaking news or just how to play. Yeah, watch that class. It should help you out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's some strong resistance on EDHL there. Solid resistance. And then TMQ looks like you just hit a double top. TMQ. So just this should be quite self-explanatory. Like most people know this already, but when we say double top, like we don't always mean like the top, right? It doesn't always have to be the top to be a double top, right? So the recent highs will always act as double tops as well. So when you see something like this, right, and then it's stalling again in the same range, that's considered a double top as well. So that's a problem. So 1060-ish for TMQ. Alrighty, 1060. Omex is getting a bit of a spread there, which isn't amazing. Bit of a spread. Ugrow still holding that 55, guys, so that's good, right? So it's almost like it's fighting for its life there. Last chance, last line in the sand. And touching the moving averages we use all the time instead of yeah, combo, but yeah, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so a little bit of resistance, and you can see the golden candle there for Omex, right? Right around like 440. So that level seems to be a bit of an obstacle there. Ugrow is bouncing again up that 55, so that's nice. Is anybody in Ugrow at 55 cents, guys? Anybody get in at 55? Anybody? Okay. Perfect. You are, Alo? Okay, sounds good. Good job. Yeah, try and stay green though, right? The more we test that 55 level, the weaker it gets. Yeah, you're in at 50, Nathan. You're in at 50, Nathan. Come on now. Come on, Nathan. Don't make me find you. I have your address. I'm gonna send you to ICE, right? If you got in at 55 cents, Nathan, if you got in at 50 cents, Nathan, come on now. We were at 75 cents, right? Don't do stuff like that, please. Stuff like that will lead you to the bridge, right? To me, that's unacceptable. If you're in at 50 cents, we go to 75 cents. There's no need for you to be coming back to 55 cents, right? For now, though, I like when people sell, right, and then get back in at a better price, right? You could have sold that thing in the 70s, 60s, and then and now you're, yeah, you know what I mean. So for now, though, we are holding that 55, so that's good. We just have a lot of resistance between 58 and 60, right? Same level that we initially had as support. Look at that, right? So you can still call this a double top, right? So we know this level is a problem, right? So it's going to need to break out if it wants to do anything. Everything kind of feels like we're going into lunchtime, which we are. Yeah, Nathan, yeah. Okay. And there goes the Omex with the dip, right? So that golden candle kind of predicted that. Let's see. Where was that? Don't really see that. Okay. You can tell everybody's taking their monies for lunch. Graham, what's your question for a reg? Let me know. I'll take a look. What's your question though? Yeah, there goes Omex, right? Importance of those stop losses and taking gains, right? Like these are not plays with like I said earlier, like this isn't a play that has a catalyst that has a reason. It's more of a sympathy play, right? So they tend to go up and down with ease, you know. Um, is it going up? I'll take a look. Reg. I mean, it has been going up today, right? A rec is the reason why we went over to look at Omex actually, right? Because a rec we talked about a rec yesterday, right? Because USAR was pumping, so we look at the sympathy plays, and this thing's been creeping up nicely. So it looks really, really good. Um, right? I'm just waiting for the daily candles to load. Like, look at these daily candles, right? Like, clearly this thing has been on fire, right? On fire. So quite the run, right? So you can kind of see that your next resistance is 7 to 7.50 and then $8, almost like every 50 cents. But those levels match up with the actual candles, right? So it does look good if you're in a position, Graham. If you're not in a position and you're looking for a brand new position, then you're closer to resistance than you are to support. Just keep that in mind. Alrighty. So if you can clear $7 and actually stay above, then 7.50 and then $8. U.S. trade, 100% U.S. tariffs on China could come sooner. Again, my only question for all of this, Dan, is you guys made an agreement. I don't know who is breaking the agreement. Maybe China is, maybe the US is threatening, maybe somebody is, right? Like what happened to them making agreements and sticking to the agreements? Graham, what's your position? What's your entry? What did you get in at? Let me know. That's really my only question, you know? What happened to this agreement when that they made, not too long ago? They're like, hey, China and the US are gonna work together. We agreed to, no tariffs, this and this and this. We what happened? Yeah, I see the spy pop. Graham, you're in at $7. Oof, you waited quite a while to get into this position. Graham, what's your stop loss? Honestly, Ajoya, to me that's just very silly. Yeah, I again, like I said, like I don't know who broke the agreement or who has done what, right? Sometimes when you make agreements, like even if the other person's being a meanie, you still stick to it. How good is honoring agreements, Yogi? Seriously, right? Like if you make an agreement, like even if like it's rubbish, right? You're like, hey, we agreed to this. Now I have to deal with this. It's all political pushing garbage. Strike a deal so we can move on. Seriously, Dan. Like honestly, silliness. Yeah, no, Ugrow is really trying. Right, really, really trying. That 55 cents is holding that circle at the bottom. That's like our last line of defense. If we can break above 59 and get back above 60, I think that'd be perfect. So yeah, is it showing live, Bobby? As long as it stays above 55 cents, yeah. Um, uh, there it goes, 59 cents. Ugrow, beautiful, beautiful. I like it. So let's see if we can get back above 60 cents. So just close that candle above the VWAP, right? So yeah, we need to close above that VWAP. and actually hold. Yeah. So make sure you put a stop loss though, right? I think your entry Graham was a little bit late. But you're in the right sector. The market's pumping, all of these mineral stocks for now. Just keep in mind you've gone from 38 cents, right? 38 cents to 7-11. Like that thing hit 52-week highs today. So just keep that in mind. Like your entry is closer to the top than it is to the bottom. 38 cents to $7.11. So you're way closer to the top. So make sure you have a stop loss on that position, please. Alrighty. Um, did you guys get back in on SSKN? Yes, please. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please. Yeah. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Come join us. Yeah. There is an IPO today. I'm not quite sure when that's going live yet, but it was priced. So the IPO is RPGL. Probably a company from the Cayman Islands, there you go. Um, in British Virgin Islands, right? What's the difference? Anyways, we are customized software development services, technology solutions, consulting, technical support services, for hardware, blah blah blah. Like, anyways, that just seems like a whole lot of rubbish. Um, Republic Power Group priced IPO at $4, low end of the yeah. So it looks like it was an IPO that wasn't really interesting to a lot of people, right? Because they had to price it on the low end and then postpone it and then revive it. No, 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 no. So employees, they have 22 employees. 2015 market cap is 69 million. So very small company, very very small. Revenue, not a whole lot. Net revenue, losing monies. Um, yeah, pretty small float, right? I mean, we know it's garbage. It looks like garbage, right? But that's not the end of the story. We don't really care for this a whole lot. We know we're playing with garbage. We know that. 90% of the time we know we're playing with garbage, right? Um, we just want to confirm that it is garbage, right? So, but when this thing goes live, maybe the volume kicks in, something good happens. We always keep an eye on it. We always keep an eye on those names. Doesn't matter anyways. All the best islands are in Canada. I agree. I agree. Well, I mean, have I ever been to a Canadian island? I don't know if I have. Maybe I shouldn't agree without. Anyways, I'm just agreeing because, why not? When those islands get cold though, combo, some other islands would be nice. I was yeah. I went outside yesterday and I was like, damn, this is way too cold. And it's not even winter yet. Not even winter yet, guys. I need to pull out the jacket. The jacket's gonna be coming out of the closet. In after hours, Miss Tony? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. How do you know when you say the volume is kicking in? Honestly, like I would say that, and sometimes when I say this, I don't think you guys believe me. Like when I say the volume is kicking in, um, it's always based on price action, right? Um, Again, I know people are going to be like, well, how can you tell by the price action on the candles? You can tell that the price action, the volume is kicking in from the price action. So for example, let's go back to the one we looked at earlier, SSKN, right? So for example, look at this, right? Look at this. You notice how like we're chilling at the bottom there, right? No volume at all. We're just in the range. When I say the volume is kicking in, usually because we're breaking out of that range, right? So usually because we're breaking out of the range, you can see the volume slowly start to come in, right? But it's based on the candles. It's based on the candles, and then boom skis, right? It's based on the candles rather than the actual volume, right? To me, all I need to, like, when I'm watching something, all I need is just to make sure that the average volume has been beat. It was cold on Sunday. Yeah, I don't think I went outside on Sunday. 360, don't think I went outside on Sunday. So to me, this is all I need, right? So the average volume is 5.8 million. The volume today is 92 million, right? That's all I need. That's it, right? So when I say the volume is kicking in, it's really because I'm looking at the volume. Like, oh, someone just bought another share. Oh, right. I've said this in the past. Like, to me, I look for ways to eliminate things I don't need to pay attention to, right? Um, just because there's so many distracting things. Like, there's so many things to watch, right? Like, you're watching this and you're watching that and you're watching this. Like, by the time I go look at the volume, I come back to the stock, I've missed it. Or I do this, I come back. So I try and eliminate the things that, like, I don't really need to be paying attention to. uh, and sometimes it's the damn volume bars, right? AQMS is testing the top again here, so testing the tops. Yeah, so you can clearly see that resistance down. Hmm. Anyways, let me take a look at Pablo's been chilling in these warrants for a long time now. Chilling in these warrants for a long time. Well done, Pablo. That's been nice. Look at those warrants. Pablo's been relaxing in these warrants. Let me look at these 4-hour candles. Look at that beauty. Hiding in these warrants, Pablo. Well done. And then AQMS just hit brand new highs, guys. So that thing just popped above that resistance. Yeah. And then, yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, the month. Yeah, let me look at the well, I mean, I'll just go back to the daily and then look at and go back a month. Easier to see the beauty. Look at that, Pablo. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Again, Pablo's been spamming this thing for the last month now, and every day it's been going. Right. So again, the stock and the warrants, you can play either or. That's completely up to you. I'm having an issue where I would like to day trade, and many times but since I only do trade based on the pattern, I keep stocks and next price drop. Yeah, I think that's an easy thing to fix. This issue is very common, very very common. The way to work around this is get rid of the damn PDT account, get rid of the margin account, go use a cash account. Alrighty, I don't think anybody should be using margin accounts. If you have less than 25K, no way. Go use a cash account. Alrighty, go use a cash account. The problem with this is, you notice how Ramteen is saying, "Hey, like, I'm getting into stocks and I'm green on these stocks." You've already done the hardest part. Like, you're making money, right? But then you can't sell the stock because you're like, I only have 3-day trades for the week. So then I have to hold the stock. How many of these stocks can you hold and succeed, guys? How many of these stocks are we looking at today that are going to be here tomorrow? Not very many, right? So you're fighting a battle that you're not going to win. So, you know, get a cash account so you can manage, so you can sell when you need to sell. When you see that you need to sell, you need to sell it. I think you should be able to misfits. You should be able to. Damn, the S&P is really about to go from red to green. That's actually really nice. That's a nice boomski. Very nice boomski on the markets today. Ugrow is still chilling at the bottom there, but still holding that 200 EMA. And then AQMS The stock has been really nice all day today. Django, I'll take a look in a second. Yeah, again, I think we mentioned this yesterday, right? Don't let it go below 94 is what we mentioned. So nothing's going to change, right? As long as it stays above that level, Django, you should be okay. And hopefully you can get a nice push. Uh, no, 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 no. 95, a wreck. Good job. Good job, good job, good job. Yeah, that was a nice spike to resistance, right, Graham? You can see that red zone there. So, yeah, I'm glad you took some monies, at least for now. At least for now. Good job. It's pretty wild. Yeah. 40% on the account and counting with our SPY action. Let's go, Spikes. Let's go. Well done. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. You asked me a question in Discord? I think I answered your question already in Discord if you asked me one. SLBX. Secure, okay. Graham, good job on selling, by the way. That IPO is live. Good job on selling, Graham, because look at this now, right? You'd be back to red again. Not that it's not going to bounce, but your entry was a bit suspicious in the first place. It's halted up, guys. RPGL. RPGL is halted. It's actually, no, it's halted somewhere. Like it looks like it's halted up. Yeah, it is halted up. This is what I mean, right? We already know this IPO is garbage, right? The company makes $500,000 a year, and they still can't even make money because they lose money overall. So we know this is garbage, but we've always said we'll pay attention, right? We pay attention. And Ugrow, there goes Ugrow. Beautiful. It's halted somewhere. There goes 60 cents, guys, for Ugrow. So that is looking good. 2 wins, luckily tight stops. I'll be back after Powell. See you in Discord. Absolutely, Savoy Adier. See you in Discord. No, it's halted up. RPGL is halted up. It opened at 410, so right around the IPO price. So that candle is red, I think, because it's an IPO and it's a bit confused. Schedule time for Trump, and so they've scheduled the time for the meeting, guys. Really, Trump and G. Really, scheduled time for Trump and G meeting. What happened? I thought they were fighting. I thought they weren't gonna meet. What happened? Now they're gonna meet. Politicians. Politicians. Yeah. Pablo. Politicians. Well done, Spikes. Yeah. FOMO puts, green is green. Much love. Well done, Spikes. Congratulations. I like it. Good. Don't apply. I was really confused about that when I first started. You can only use settled funds though. Yeah. So look up what a margin account is and look up what a cash account is, Ramteen, please, and then go from there. So again, look up what a cash account is, look up what a margin account is, look up how a cash account works, and then get rid of that stupid margin account. If you have over 25K, like that's fine, right? You do whatever you want. If you have less than 25K and you're trying to make 3-day trades, you're playing momentum stocks and you're trying to make 3-day trades, you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. Especially if you're on that last trade and you can't sell and you're getting into one of these plays and you already know that they're probably a trash stock, you're playing with fire. Mario. Politicians. Ridiculousness. A funny question, what's the average volume? There isn't any average volume because it's an IPO combo. The average volume is the volume that it has right now. AQMS looks beautiful, doesn't it? Does this one have warrants, Pablo? Maybe Pablo's jumping into those warrants. Okay, then let me search up the AQMS. That thing is flying. They do not have warrants. Yeah, beautiful run. I mean, you wanted 27. You're 80 cents away from that level. A. Yep. Don't buy what you can't afford. Exactly. Yeah, I think cash accounts, actually help you in a big way more than just giving you more trades. Right? If I have $1,000 on a margin account, I'm like, you know what? I can use $1,000 on every trade. Right? I can use more than that too sometimes. Right? When I have a cash account, I'm like, okay. I want to take 5 trades today. I want to take 10 trades today. I need to split this up, right? I need to take $100 trades, right? I need to take $200 trades. Um, you know, so then that kind of helps you a little bit too, because if you make a mistake, the loss isn't as big as potentially could be, right? Yeah. Virus. There goes Ugrow, guys. Again, anybody still in Ugrow from that 55-cent entry? Anybody in from still in from that 55 cents? Yes, Bobby. Good job. I like it. Yeah, again, that was a beautiful test. Beautiful, right? 200 EMA demands on double bottom VWAP. Not the VWAP. I just wanted to mention the VWAP because, but yeah, beautiful. Now we're obviously testing a supply zone. So at this point, you should be moving your stop loss up. Stay green. NVA still looks okay. It looks like we're trending down now, but at least we're still like holding that 50 area nicely too. Back to Ugrow. Yeah, Misfits, good job. Good job. Depends on the size of the position, Bobby. Right? And if you want to stay green without like going red, because you could always put that stop loss right below 60 or go to break even if you wanted to. So again, it really just depends on the size of your position. But you can see that red zone and the golden candle, right? So some resistance up there. And the IPO still halted, guys. Still halted. Okay, there we go. I know we should have done it earlier for Ugrow, we should have done it earlier. Next time. $6 open. Okay. Who offers a cash account? Every broker should offer a cash account, Felix. Yeah, every broker should offer a cash account. But you guys see why, like, and we've said this so many times. On day one, it's not about the fundamentals of the company. It's more about the level of, like, hype, excitement, scamminess. So yeah. So, and the reason I look at the website, or we look at stuff like that, is just so you understand that this is not an investment. Like, if you're buying this thing, just know you're scalping it, right? The website doesn't look. I mean, I was about to say it doesn't look horrible, but you know, um, anyways, it looks simple and efficient, I guess, but doesn't look amazing. But anyways, yeah, this is not an investment. If you're playing with this is a scalpy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Wix basic package. Yeah, so it's looking like a 10-minute halt more than anything else. WordPress. WordPress. EDHL. We haven't talked about this too much in the last few minutes here, but again, still a predictable chart, right? That thing looks like it wants some more excitement. Some more excitement, holding up really well. Really, really well. If only one IPO came into the market today, well, it doesn't always work like that, new. So that's why it's always recommended to wait and see what it's actually doing initially before you get excited. Yeah, it doesn't always work that way. If there's only one IPO it goes, no, not necessarily. Pablo, are you just scaling out of this, out of your warrants, or you're just gonna keep them for now? Scaling or keeping? And there goes the. Oh, it's unhalted. Yeah, that looks a bit suspicious, doesn't it? Yeah, it's unhalted. I mean, here goes $5. Look at the spread on that thing, though. It does look suspicious just because of that spread, doesn't it? Hmm. Yep. If you do FOMO, just make sure you're you're ready to escape, please. Just be ready. Like the ask, the when you look at the ask, it tells you that thing is about to go boomskis. Then you look at the bid, and the bid, it's like, excuse you. Right. So yeah, just be careful. 519 at the top of that candle, and then back to 490 and 460. Like, look at that. That's what I mean, right? Like, it's pretty scary. Just make sure you're careful until merger vote day and a little bit beyond. Okay, very nice. Sounds good. What do you think about ALNT as a swing play? So you're not in a position at all yet. ALNT as a swing play. That thing is about to hit 50. The 50, is that all time highs or 52-week highs? 52-week highs. Yeah. Are you in a position? If you are in a position, like, this is easy to swing, right? If you're not, I don't really see this as a swing play at right below resistance here. Yeah. Is it halted? No, it's not. Take that advice with you to Vegas. If the stress is too big, you should at least ask for a discount. Ah. Why is he speaking today, Pavan? I have no idea. I wish I could answer that question. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, so stuff like that is scary. There you go, 63 cents for Ugrow though. This is looking good. You are in a position, maybe you close it out before resistance, if ever. What's no? That's a different question, right? Again, this is why I always ask for more information. But what's your position? So, what's your position in? If you're in already, then that's different, right? You can easily stay in that position and move a stop loss up or scale out if you want to. But if you're looking to buy for the first time at resistance, not the best time to do it, is what I'm saying. Beautiful, beautiful, you grow. Beautiful, beautiful. So where's your you got in at 55 cents? I'm horrible with remembering some stuff. What's your stop loss at now? Whoever got in at that 55, where's your stop loss at now? So even if you did go below 60, like your stop loss never hit, right? So that's good. That is good. 60, Bobby. Okay. Yep. So you should be happy with that. Walk away in the green. Another 15 minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hop off and go back to Discord. Alrighty, 15 minutes. There we go. You like EDHL? Yeah, I think the only thing that's missing here is a proper breakout, Raymond, right? The bottom has been good. It just needs the boom skis. That IPO, if you're interested in this, just make sure that it stays above $4, please. Otherwise, you're gonna visit. You're gonna visit some places you don't want to visit. You know, so stay green, please. NVA is breaking out. Ah, yeah, I like it. Finally, finally. Finally, are we at the highs of the day? We are at the highs of the day, guys. We are at the highs of the day. Again, not including pre-market, but $64. Coleman, are you still in this one? Still in there? In there like swimwear? Making monies? I like it. 64. In there like swimwear. Ivan? I like it. Well done. I like it. There we go. Okay. When 100, Martin? I know, right? When? 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 There goes brand new highs of the day. 65.40. 65.40. Here comes 66. Can we get back above 70? That'd be a nice start for Ugrow. That'd be a nice start. Gentles, what's your question? Don't make me find you. You've been here long enough to know not to ask questions like that. You know that, right? Don't make me find you. Yes. Powell. Hopefully Powell doesn't ruin it though. The S&P just exploded to green, guys. Damn. Spy just said, wait, hold my beer. Hold my beer. I'm about to thrust. Oof. Data prior to U.S. government shutdown indicated growth might exceed expectations. You should have left a couple of runners. No, that's okay. Yeah, that's a nice pop. Damn. That's a very nice pop. I like it. Thank you, Dan. No. As a long term play or as a scalp play, JC? No. Shutdown suggested, yeah. Let's go. Well done. There we go. Let's go, Coleman. Come on now. In at 58, out at 64. I see what you did. See what you did. And I like it. AQMS actually came back for a retest. 2280 retest and then pop. I like it. The IPO is playing around with $4, so it better stay above $4 or it's gonna die. Gonna die. Good exit, by the way, Coleman. Good job. What do I think of SOAR? As in what, Felix? Like, what am I looking at? Half out at 463. Good job, Jim. Good jobs. On the golden candle? Okay. Yeah, the golden candle for the most part, like, will really help you out. You just have to know when to trust it, Because sometimes when you get a golden candle, but it's also a breakout, like, don't listen to that, right? Because that thing, it's gonna break out and leave you behind. Leave you behind. Mm. Hmm. Interesting. Just in general, yeah. See, that's what I want to know, though, Felix. Right? Otherwise, I'm looking at your stuff blind. It really helps when I know. Yeah, if you're like, what do you think about it? I'm in already. Then that's so much easier. You sold half at 4. Yeah, see, that makes a huge difference. Good job, by the way. Yeah, I like it. I also like what you've done, right? You're basically scaling out at resistance here. That thing should have more room all the way to like 460 to $5. Like, you have room on the way up, right? I think that this is easy for you to manage, right? I think that's super easy. So not too much effort into this. You got in off the 200 EMA, right? Off support. It's pumping. You sold half, right? Put a stop loss on the rest, maybe below like a 380 or something like that. You're guaranteed to make money. So, and then hopefully it keeps pushing up there, right? But I think that's perfect. I think is perfect. Gucci says, "Man, I used to be super heavy invested in LA, and now because it's going up, loads this month. Oh yeah, yep. Okay. What does the daily look like? That's why there's a bit of unusual volume on this thing. Hmm, that's why it does need to break out though. We'll keep an eye on it. We shall keep an eye on it. There we go. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah. We have like 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes, and then we will hop off and go back to Discord. This does look interesting, though, doesn't it? AWX with that unusual volume there. Hmm. Okay, that thing needs to clear. That thing needs to break above that 330 level for the breakout. But that's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, so resistance at 330. So the closer you get there, the more people sell. And then SOAR is still looking good for you. So good jobs. How do you buy the algo? If you go to the Bulbe algo channel in Discord Misfits, the instructions are in there. Again, please watch the intro video. The intro video explains that, right? There's an onboarding video and they're getting started. It explains every channel and what's in every channel. So please watch that video. It will really help you out. Alrighty. Okay. 410 soar. That thing moves up so slowly, but at least it's moving in the right direction. AQMS is looking beautiful still, guys. That was a beautiful retest. Look at that. Look at that chart. Look at that chart. There goes AWX, guys. AWX is AWX at the top there. So it's breaking, but it's not quite closing above that 330 yet. So it needs to close above. So it needs to break and close above. But yeah, keep that on your watch list. It's not listed here, CRML, because it's been a beautiful monster. And it's been pumping for a long time. Why? Do you have a question? Let me know if you do. Ugrow is still just playing with that supply zone too, isn't it? Yeah, we have so many names that have the potential to run hard into the close. So many names, which is good, right? You have options. So the market's definitely still good, which is amazing. The S&P is testing the highs of the day, which is also amazing. Yeah. Yeah, Graham, you'd be looking for closer to $3 there, maybe, right? And or a break above 330. So see which one happens first. Yeah, or come join us in Discord. uh, from the low, crazy. Yeah, 465 points from the low. Shish. I bet you when we woke up this morning, Dan, everybody was like, okay, short day, crash it. The Bears were happy. What a trap. What a trap. Now they can say congratulations. Yep. I mean, I'd like to see 670 today, Pavan. You know, I'd like to see 670. That's just me, though. But yeah, no, I think closing above 665 is would be amazing as well. Would be amazing. So yeah, AWX has a lot of resistance like at this range here, so it needs to break above that. Already. We own the float. Short squeeze, please. Yes. 700. Can you imagine? I want to see that happen this year. Mm, 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 mm. Yup. Send it. Yeah. AWX is still fighting, right? It needs to break out. So if it doesn't break out, you might get a dip. So just keep that in mind. You have resistance at 330. So just remember that. So it needs to destroy that level and close above it. If not, people might get annoyed and it starts to dip back down to $3. So it's fighting. Fight, fight, fight. AMD 250. Whew, my goodness. Can you imagine when we were talking about AMD and it was 80, 70, $80, $90, $100? Damn. What a ride that thing's had. Beautiful. The speech. I'm surprised Powell was actually quite, not nice, but I'm surprised he didn't talk about some rubbish. Hopefully he doesn't ruin it. On Reddit, which I had taken that sign as to go bullish. Yeah, I think the question when it comes to long term investment or stuff like that is the company growing? Are they making money? Is everybody trashing it, but is it still doing okay? Right? Yeah. It looks like it can short squeeze soon. I think Sound has already had a nice short squeeze run, right? Like look at Sound. I get what you're saying, but look at the chart, right? I look at the chart. That's why I kind of laughed at initially because Sound has been a beast. And we talked about Sound like a lot in the past, right? Sound has been an absolute beast. Sound is sitting at Let me look at the 5 minute chart here. Maybe yeah, that looks really good. If you're in a position already, it looks nice. In terms of a short squeeze, I wouldn't be thinking about a short squeeze because that thing has been squeezing somebody for days now. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Are you in a position, D trader? Yeah. Let me know what your question. This is why, like it's always hard. That's why I always ask for more details, right? That's why I'm always asking for more details. Like if you tell me a stock is gonna squeeze, take a look. I don't really know what to tell you. Yeah, see, there you go, D. Yeah, so like it looks beautiful, and you've been squeezing the shorts, right? So there's really nothing to worry about here, other than hope that it squeezes. And now you're hoping from a point of like like a beautiful entry, right? So that's fine. So yeah, I mean, you can always scale out, like 10% increments, 25%. At this point, you could take out some, and your initial investment is going to be safe, and you could write, free monies at this point. You know, you could take out free monies and then leave the rest to go to $50 if it goes to $50 ever. But Luca, okay. Anyways, let me know if you have any last questions, guys. We'll hop up in a minute or so. Let me know if you have any last questions. Again, don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already. Please and thank you. Smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Come join us in Discord. Alrighty. And let me know if you have any last questions. Please and thank you. There you go. And then so 1, 2, and okay. 1 second, guys. Yeah. Let's go, Tony. Tony's like, I need more monies, guys. I need more monies. I need more monies. Tony, let's go. Dan, much love. Don't give back those gains. Be kind to each other. Except Janelle troll. Yeah, she could suck it. Let's go. Janelle, you hear that? Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of the day, Dan. Much love. If you want to join us in Discord, you have to be a member first. So you see this link right there from Nightbot. Click the link, become a legend or above member. None of the levels that say sold out. Once you do, then you can get the link to join us in Discord. So, alrighty. Spy's looking nice. Let's get a 1% green day today, guys. Okay, there we go. NVA going back for 64. These stocks are holding up really well today. SOAR actually did really well. Really, really well. So 430 into that supply zone. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna send you some videos. Okay. The Gold VIP member comes with homework. Homework. Nightbot is showing YouTube link. Yeah, click on the link. You have to be a member first. Once you become a member, then you get access to Discord. Ready? Grinding. Oh, you mean NVA or Ugrow? What's grinding? Cat lady? Not a cat lady. Not a cat lady. From Twitter. What's grinding? Oh, you mean like sore? Probably. Stephanie says, for your information, I'm in Bit Farm at 580. Let me take a look. Bit Farm is another Canadian company, isn't it? I know we used to play these stocks like, pre 2020. Yeah, you just got in like not that long ago then. Yeah. Hopefully it keeps going. Oh, AMD. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just popped $2. Yeah, the markets are looking very good. Let's see. I need to get you some more videos. And then I need you to watch. Uh, she needs Jesus. Yeah, she does, Mario. She does. Definitely needs more than a membership. Sound looks nice, doesn't it? Damn, look at sound. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. AWX finally popped a little bit. Finally, eh? That thing said hello. Hi. Mm. There we go. Mm. Yeah, let's see if that thing can stay above. Yeah. Oh, damn, spy. Yeah, yeah. Lord have mercy. No, don't have any mercy on the shorts, please. uh, Pizza is in some calls. Peter bought some calls, and he's up 160 something percent, but he did it in a margin account that has PDT, so he can't sell it. Ha ha ha! Looking nice, spy. Yeah. Pavan, you want to short this monster? Are you sure you want to do that? Sure you want to do that? I'm not shorting nothing. Nope. No, thank you. If anything else, we just wanted to keep flying, you know? Keep cooking. You know that stock that like we're not supposed to mention? Yeah. You know that stock? Yeah. You know that one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways. Anyways. Not saying anything, you know? Because not saying anything. Yeah. Nothing. Anyways, okay, let's see. Are we back to retesting for 3:30? Yeah, retesting. Yeah, I have a one-on-one in 10 minutes, so I do have to run. I do have to run. But the markets are looking good though. The markets are looking good. Hopefully that vibe continues, you know, and we can continue to look good. Because it feels good to look good when the markets look good. Anyways. 668.62. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. Again, we're gonna leave it here for the day. Be safe. Alrighty, be safe. And catch you guys in Discord. Alrighty. Much love. Bye for now. Agento, bye. See you in Discord. Bye. You got out, Stephanie. Congratulations. Good job. I like it. I like the style. I like it. I like it. I like it. Two. Oh, that's why. See you in the dark side of Matt. Heritage, thank you very much again for the super chat. See you in Discord. Cat lady, not a cat lady. Good luck to you as well. Bye, Stephanie. Much love all. I'll leave you with sound and AWX. AWX needs to do better. But sound, what a beast. Brand new highs of the day. Alrighty. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Actually, I'll leave you with the stock we're not supposed to talk about. That's hitting brand new 52-week highs, you know, or testing them. There's a supply zone there. I'll leave you with that. Guardian, bye. Martin, bye. Pavan, bye. Rush, first time viewer, you enjoyed it. Well, thank you, Rush. Come back again tomorrow, same time, 9:10 a.m. Eastern, or around that. And yeah, no, we have a Discord. So when we get off the stream, we just go back to Discord. So if you want to join us in Discord, um, click the link. Click the join link, the join button on the stream, or there's a link in the description. You have to be a member first. Once you do, then you could send me an email, hottradesx@gmail, or there's a Discord invite. Efron, good to see you again. Bye for now. Peace. Say bye, guys.